Hello, friends. I feel like I'm really close. Let me slide back. In fact, let me just kick back, put this down. See my little kitty? Yeah, because the sun's shining in my face. Hey guys, what are we doing? We're in the minivan. It might be a Monday, it might not. Okay, technically it's not Monday when I'm filming this, but I'll probably post it on Monday. And it is just my Chatty Cathy video. FYI, you're at Spicey Cat Jams. I'm the Chatty Cathy. You are probably a seasoned friend, because I don't think anybody would just be searching and stumble across me, some random lady sitting in her minivan drinking coffee and talking. So, just a little life update for all of you. Hey, is that like a giant bird's nest or just some... You guys see it? Right there? Can't tell if it's a nest or... No, it's probably a nest. Anyway, I am in the minivan. I'm in a different spot. I'm actually like in the burbs of Minneapolis, St. Paul. Sitting and wasting time. Not wasting time because I'm talking to you guys. It's like being with a friend. I do have a bunch of like some coloring books and stuff, and I could just take a nap because I just worked a full night. It is now 11:30 in the morning, and I worked from 6 p.m. last night to 6 a.m. I haven't taken a nap or slept, and it'll probably be about 3-4 hours till I'm home. So why am I randomly sitting in some spot? Because of COVID. It's just so frustrating. Okay, I'm not trying to belittle it. I actually know people that were very sick and have been sick, but it's just throwing a wrench in our lives. I'm here because Eddie's just had a doctor appointment. Just a doctor appointment. Nothing exciting. But I can't go in. And there's no place when you're up here. There's not like a parking lot. There's parking ramps that you pay to park in, which I don't know how long it's going to take. So I'm like, well, I don't mind about paying to park in a parking ramp. I get that. But what if I have to pee? There's no place for me to go pee. Then I'm going to have to leave the parking ramp and then come back and pay again. Now that starts to cause an issue for me. Comprehend? So, do you know how I can't even find a place to go. I found this random little, it's like, there's this little tiny like nature, what is it called? The Minnehaha Creek Greenway. So it's got like 4 parking spots. I do believe there's another elderly gentleman over yonder, also just parked waiting for his loved one who's at the clinic. And now there's one car that pulled in, and they went walking because there's like a walkway path and stuff. And this other guy, well, I guess I don't know what he's doing. He came over and now he's leaving. He probably's like, I'm not staying around here. There's this lady talking to herself. That'd be me. So, coffee shops, you can't like, normally I'd go spend, I have no problem setting up home base in a coffee shop. Got my phone, I got stuff to do, but, gotta have a mask. Again, understood and reasonable. Don't even know if some of them are letting you sit in them. So basically I had to find a spot where I could sit, but where I could still quickly exit. Not like here, I'm not going to pop out and pee here, but where I can, there's some places around here not too far. I did a little shopping, went to Aldi, had to wait. I was there for like an hour and a half. I had to wait till they opened because we were here early. And went to Michael's. This Michael's, they must be like, I don't know if they're not new. They must have been like totally reconfiguring because there was not much there. I mean, like, some of the sections, like the little, the paint section, like your little craft paints, the little bottles. It's like a full aisle on both sides. Excuse me. They were just about all empty, and it's like out of stock, or they had little notices pointed up. So I don't know why they're out of stock. Seems like a random thing. Actually, I like had to struggle to find things to buy. So I've got some snacks, I got some drinks, but I don't want to drink because then I'll have to go to the bathroom. I don't really want to eat because, when I pick up Eddie, he's going to want to go have lunch. So I thought, what a better time than to talk to you guys. So, speaking of Eddie, we got big news. Are you guys ready for this? You may, no promises, see more of him because he had a job change. So, yes, he did. He has hung up his 18-wheeler keychain. Well, not really, because he did stay on with his company part-time. So he'll probably pick up, he can, when he's not working at his new job, he could maybe pick up and do like a local load or something when they need someone. So that's kind of cool. So, I'm sorry. If I yawn, I apologize. It's not you. It's me. You just heard my lack of sleep. Thank goodness I do not have to work tonight or tomorrow. So, he, no serious reason, nothing bad. He was just when he got into trucking, he absolutely loved it. It would have been a dream of his to do, and he just loved it. He was very happy. He's worked over, I don't remember, the last 10 years or so through a couple different companies. This last one he's with, which he stayed on as part-time, has been really a great company to work for. They've been great. As the wife, I can tell you they've been great. But he is just, the world has changed. And it is just becoming so stressful. And I don't know where it is. And it's not all people. So obviously I'm not referring to all people. But I mean, I think a lot of it's technology. People, including me, Eddie gets so mad at me because I will not talk when I'm driving. And like in the past year, was it a year ago? Or it's been over a year. Minnesota passed the hands-free law. If you are, driving and holding a phone or talking on your phone, not even just texting, talking, you can get pulled over and get a ticket. And so, of course, a lot of phones or a lot of vehicles, not mine, Charlie here, she's an older model. She doesn't have all those upgrades. You have your Bluetooth, or you can get like Bluetooth headsets and stuff. And Eddie kept trying to get me a headset and like earpieces, and he'd buy them. He'd just buy them. I told him I didn't want them, and he'd buy them. I wouldn't use them because I just told him, I said, it's too distracting for me to talk on the phone while I'm driving, even if I'm not holding the phone. It's like I'm listening and I'm talking. So, okay, I totally lost where I was going. Oh, but not everybody is that way. So as a truck driver, Eddie has had more near misses than he's ever told me about because of other drivers not paying attention and just not being aware. I strongly believe, and I'm never going to run for office or be any type of leader, but I strongly believe that, and every state is different, but I think nationwide, after you get your driver's license, like depending how often it renews, in Minnesota it's every 4 years. So every 8th year, I think you should have to retake the test. I know it would be a huge inconvenience, whatever. I just think it needs to be done. Because I took a driver's test when I was 15 years old. I am now 50 years old. I did have to take the test when I got my Minnesota license, if you move to a different state. But think of the people that get their driver's license and never relocate or move, and they just keep getting it renewed. They do an eye exam, and that's it. And then think about how many road laws, driving laws have changed. Or prime example, in Minnesota, we have become the land of the roundabouts. Now, when I took my driver's test, even when I came to Minnesota, roundabouts were not a thing yet. I mean, the toughest thing I had to do is figure out parallel parking, which is, I think, what most people fear. So, I mean, I was scared the first time I had to go through a roundabout. And I still get a little stressed out when there's a lot of people, other cars around me, because I know not a lot of them don't know what they're doing. So I just think we're just, it's just causing issues. And it's not necessarily anybody's fault of their own, but the laws change, and if you don't watch the news or stay abreast of that, that'd be me. FYI, never been a current events fan. Figure whatever news I need to know will find its way to me, and that's been working pretty well for me. But yeah, as a professional driver, dealing with people that are not respectful, or again, you can't cut off a semi, you can't pull in front of them and then like hit your brakes to slow down. They've got like 80,000 pounds. 80,000 pounds! That they can't stop. They're gonna run you over. They're bigger than you. So, long story long already. It's just been too stressful for Eddie. And then especially, living where we live, winter driving, that's a whole nother thing you throw in there along with the people that aren't paying attention. And it was no longer, the enjoyment was not outweighing the stress. So he made the decision, and I'm glad he made it, because if I had told him to do it, and then it would have been like, well, you told me. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. Don't mind me. I got a dry patch of skin, because, yeah, winter in Minnesota is quickly getting here. I swear my skin kicks into dry mode before the calendar even lets me know it's winter. It's supposed to be warm today, like 50. That's warm. But yeah, had a really big dry spot there, so put some cuticle cream on it. So he made the decision to change. Now, this is where, what was this girl thinking? So I work in a distribution warehouse. Told you guys I deal with truck drivers and the like, people coming to get their semi trucks loaded. So Eddie, is familiar with the company and what I do. He's come in enough and he knows the trucking side. So there was an opening. We had joked, and he's like, yeah, I could see myself working in the office. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay. Not thinking it would happen. There was an opening. I'm like, well, you may as well put in your application, because, you probably won't be selected first, and, at least get your name in there and maybe get an interview. Not thinking he had any chance of getting the job. I was wrong. Eddie got the job. So we are about 2.5 weeks in to my husband going from being on the road at least 5 days a week, sometimes longer, to now he is at the house, home 24/7, and when we're not at the house, we're at work together. What was I thinking? I'm joking. Honestly, it's all good. I used to joke all the time, though, that people would comment, how can you handle it with Eddie being gone? And I was like, 2 things to make a happy marriage. Number 1, separate bathrooms. And number 2, one spouse has a job where they're gone most of the week, out of the house. And again, it would have been so much more difficult, I think, back, 10, 15, 20 years ago, before we had the cell phone so readily available. I think that was a lot harder, those people that were drivers and you didn't. I mean, Eddie and I talked when he was on the road. We probably talked more than when he's at home, because we had cell phones. We'd talk to each other multiple times every day. So it wasn't like we weren't physically Oh, now I'm gonna get the yawns together, but yeah, we're in touch all the time. So yeah, my husband is now a desk jockey like me, and I, not only this, so he's working in the office, currently the same shift as me. That might change down the road. Again, I have no idea what my supervisor has planned, but right now I am the one training him. Miraculously, there have not been any tears or any bloodshed. There have been threats of staplers being thrown, but all in all, we're doing okay. It's probably harder for me. Well, it's hard, and I just remember, because if you guys remember Season Friends, it wasn't that long ago where I was almost in tears sharing with you how stressed out I was in my previous position, and then I got this new position and I thought I was never gonna catch it. It was like, seemed like it was all Greek. I didn't understand any of it, and it took me forever. Well, 2 years later, I'm finally feeling confident in most of what goes on in this office, but it is like a huge learning curve. So Eddie's already, similar to what I went through, he's having frustration. He's like, am I ever going to get it? Even if you're in the industry, it's a different reality when you're trying to actually do the job, or the other side of it. So, and then of course you throw in, computer systems that it's not that you don't know how to use a computer, but this system, I swear, it's like using Windows DOS. Anybody that's old enough to remember that. So it's not intuitive. It's not like, but it depends on the person. For me, like, I'm not scared of computers for the most part, or programs, but I'm talking like word processing, spreadsheets, graphic design. I know what they're supposed to do, so I will dig in and I'll find the way to do it in whatever the program is. This program we use, I have no idea what it's supposed to do, and I know if I do the wrong thing, it makes a big mistake. So, anyway, we're doing well. We'll get there. We'll get there. And it is, I can't tell you how nice it is to have him home. Don't tell him that. But it is. He makes me get out of bed earlier. He makes me pack a lunch so I don't, get gas station grub every night. We, cooked. He did it. He, the first weekend he was home, he made a big batch of chili. And he made, I think he just browned up a bunch of hamburger. So we had food to bring to lunch and eat at home. This past weekend, we made, a triple batch, which would be 3 dozen. Egg cups. We both really like those. And of course we have bologna and bread and cheese, but it's going to be an adjustment, but it's going to be good. I said, the whole goal is to spend less money, at the gas stations, and he's not going to be on the road buying food. We'll obviously have to buy more, real food, and we have, good Lord, we have a quarter of a cow we've barely touched. We have a whole hog we've barely touched in the freezer. So we have plenty of meat. We're kind of lazy. And it's like, oh, but then I got to cook and I got to plan. That's just not very much fun for me. But the two of us helping together, I'm thinking it's going to take a while. He does admit it's a lot harder getting used to this night shift, and he has a lot more respect for me. And he even said, I'm sorry for the times I got mad at you or frustrated, that you weren't taking care of some stuff around the house when you were working. But that's my big news with Eddie and I. Otherwise, we're still healthy. No illnesses. Allergies are calming down because the colder it gets, the better that is. It's big time hunting season in Minnesota, but Eddie and I aren't hunters. Not sure. We don't really have any plans for Thanksgiving because we have to work. So now he's on the same schedule for now with me, and we work Wednesday and Thanksgiving. Yeah, the Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, we'll work 6 to 6. So we get off at 6 a.m. on Thanksgiving, and we work again 6 p.m. Thanksgiving. until 6 a.m. on Black Friday. So, and actually the, one of us, probably me, or both of us, or we'll split it, the, lady that works the opposite shift, is taking the weekend off. So I already volunteered that between Eddie and I, we could cover it. Heck, it's all overtime. And though, you know, I'm a little nervous and stressed about finances because the job Eddie now has, financially is a pretty big step down from what he got as a truck driver. And we were already still, when he was a truck driver, just barely making. I mean, we made it paycheck to paycheck and a little further. It wasn't like down to the pennies before the next paycheck, but we didn't have lots. So this is going to be taking some more serious tightening of the wallets. Oh, this couple just got back from their walk. They're so cute. They probably think I'm crazy. But, so it'll be an adjustment, but it'll be good. The cats are so screwed up. They don't know what's up. They're certainly not used to having both of us home at the same time for this much time. And they're not used to, so like if Eddie is home, then I would go to work at night and he'd be still at the house. So now we're both leaving and then coming home, and they're not quite sure. They love it. I mean, they love having him home. He has to get not as spoiling with them because usually since he was home so infrequently, whenever he was home and he'd be like in the kitchen, he'd be like, kids want treats, and he'd always give them treats. And I don't give them treats because I gotta live with them every day and they'd be under my feet and in the way, which they are. So now we're trying to pack lunch and they're like crying to him, oh, meow, meow, I'm starving, I need treats. And I'm like, get out of my way. So it's pretty fun. What else is going on? Healthy. We had quite a bit of snow. And then it warmed up over Halloween. Actually, it was about 50 degrees or so on Halloween, which was awesome. I guess if you were taking kids trick-or-treating. I spent the day with Kim on Halloween, and we colored all day. And then it's been, don't know, it's going to happen. It's going to be winter. Officially. I mean, now it's like most of the leaves obviously are all gone, and I didn't really get to enjoy the like changing of colors, which I normally is my favorite thing in the fall, but it doesn't last for very long. So it's over and done. Trees are gone. Well, not the trees. The leaves are gone. Everything's just brown. Pretty much what you see right here. The whole world that I'm looking at, with pockets of snow, because there's still snow. Should have wrote a note of things I wanted to tell you guys, but I can't remember anything else. This might be a shorter chat. Still a chat, but shorter. Maybe I can take a nap. Of course, you know, if I like recline the seat and take a nap, I'll probably like sleep for 10 minutes and then Eddie will call and say he's ready. And I'll be like, oh, no, I'm really tired. So, got 2 energy drinks in the back, a Diet Mountain Dew, and I'm drinking 2 coffees. You probably saw I switched back and forth. I got this one and I got this one. This one's not as much left, but gotta finish it off. Yeah. How's everybody else doing? Yeah. Anything planned? Holidays this year with COVID. I mean, it was bad enough. Spring holidays. I was just listening to a radio station, and lots of states are backing into stricter regulations. I know Minnesota, they just this past week bars and restaurants have to close at 10:30, which again, I don't know how that's really making a difference, because the people that want to go are still going to go and be there and in contact with each other. I just saw on the radio where they were just talking, and I don't know if this is or it's proposed, that Minnesota, the governor's looking at canceling all school sports through January, sporting events, doing like a 1 month close of all restaurants, gyms, I'm sure hair salons, all that kind of stuff, which, I feel so bad because in my little town, there are businesses struggling and there are businesses that are going out of business. And it's tied to the fact they're all like these sole proprietors and there's not enough help for them as far as financial. It's like their light bill still has to be paid at their house and at their office, and they can't do any work. And if they do any work and get caught, they could lose their license. So I feel for so many people that are struggling. Ugh, but I don't know. We'll see if the talk of the second wave is coming. I don't know. It's scary. I'm, washing hands, sanitizing hands. You just saw me touching my eyes, and I'm sure I touched my nose because I'm tired, but I don't know. I just want everyone to stay safe. A couple of my friends out here have been sick, have had the virus, and it's the real deal when you get it full blown. So, okay, I know I can't coherently think because I'm so tired, so I'm gonna just say goodbye. I just wanted to update you guys mostly about Eddie. Take care of yourselves, be safe. I hope the sun is shining on you, maybe not directly in your eyes to make them water, but wherever you are, whatever you're doing today when you're watching this, unless it's the middle of the night, I hope some point today you had a special little sunshine ray moment where you just felt uplifted and a little bit of happiness. Because when those moments happen, hopefully you connect and think that that's how I feel, Kathy, that's how you make me feel, is uplifted and happy. And it's because you matter so much to me. And I am still amazed that there's people out there that actually want to sit and listen to me ramble, that have become friends with me through these devices, these screens. I think it's just such a blessing. So as much as I was saying technology causes issues, actually pushed Eddie to get off the road, it's also enriched our lives so much. So thank you, my dear friends. Not sure when we'll be back. Who knows? The next time I might be back with a MiniVan one day talking about, oh my gosh, I'm going to kill Eddie. He's driving me nuts. I doubt it, though. I'm still very happy that he's home. So it will be an adjustment, but we'll make it through. We've made it through. We had I don't remember the last time I chatted with you guys. We just had the end of October, our 15-year wedding anniversary. So we've made it this far, and we've definitely had sickness and health and poorer. I'm still waiting for the richer, but we've had the poorer a couple times, and we're still together. So I'm sure we will make it through this too. But okay, I'm rambling. I'll talk to you guys later. I love you very much. Be safe.